Your soul has been guiding you since the moment you took your first breath. It speaks to you in quiet whispers, in gentle nudges, in the deep feelings of knowing that rise from within. But in the noise of everyday life, it is easy to ignore this inner voice. The world is loud, filled with distractions, opinions, and expectations that pull you away from yourself. You may have noticed how often people look outside of themselves for answers. They seek advice from others, follow trends, or hesitate before making decisions, fearing they might get something wrong. But what if the wisdom you need has been inside you all along? What if your soul has always known the way? Your soul's voice is not something you need to earn or prove yourself worthy of. It does not belong only to the most enlightened or the most experienced. It is yours, always available, always present. The problem is not that your soul is silent. It's that you have been conditioned to doubt it. Think back to a time when you had a strong gut feeling about something. Maybe it was an inner sense that you should take a certain opportunity, leave a situation, or move in a new direction. At first, the feeling was clear. It felt right, but then doubts crept in. What if I make the wrong choice? What if I fail? What will people think? Before long, the quiet certainty of your soul was drowned out by fear, logic, and outside voices telling you what you should do. When you ignore your soul's voice, life feels confusing. You second-guess yourself. You feel stuck, unsure, and disconnected. But when you listen, when you truly listen, something shifts. Things start to fall into place. Decisions become easier. Life begins to flow in a way that feels natural and aligned. Your soul will never mislead you. It will never push you towards something that is not meant for you. But it is up to you to listen, to clear away the noise, the fear, the hesitation, and reconnect with the deepest part of yourself. I trust my soul's voice. I am always guided. Trusting yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do. It changes everything. When you trust yourself, you no longer need approval from others. You no longer waste time doubting your decisions or waiting for someone to tell you what to do. You move through life with confidence, knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. But for many people, trusting themselves feels difficult. They have spent years being told what to do, how to think, and what is right. From childhood, they were taught to follow rules, listen to authority, and seek validation. Over time, this creates a pattern, one where decisions feel uncertain and self-trust feels risky. But the truth is, no one knows what is best for you better than you do. Others may have opinions. They may offer advice, but only you can feel what is truly right for your life. Your intuition, your inner knowing, is something that cannot be explained by logic alone. It is a deep sense, a feeling, a quiet certainty that speaks to you in ways words cannot. Have you ever noticed how, when you listen to your intuition, things tend to work out? Perhaps you felt drawn to a certain path, even though it didn't seem logical at the time. Maybe you made a choice that others questioned, but deep down, you knew it was the right one. That is the power of self-trust. On the other hand, when you ignore your intuition, when you go against what feels right for you, things often become difficult. You might feel uneasy, restless, or out of alignment. This is because your soul knows when something is not for you. It tries to guide you, but if you ignore it, life can feel like an uphill battle. Trusting yourself does not mean you will always have the answers immediately. It does not mean you will never make mistakes. But mistakes are not failures. They are lessons, guiding you closer to what is meant for you. Every decision you make, every experience you have, is part of your journey. The key is to trust that you are learning, growing, and always moving toward what is best for you. To build self-trust, start by listening to your feelings. Pay attention to what excites you, what inspires you, what feels right deep inside. Notice when something feels off, when your energy drops, or when you feel resistant. These are signs. Your soul communicates through feelings, emotions, and intuition. The more you listen, the more clearly you will hear. I trust myself. My inner wisdom is always guiding me. Fear is the biggest obstacle standing between you and your soul's voice. It creates doubt, hesitation, and worry. It tells you that you are not ready, not capable, not worthy. But fear is just a thought, a habit of the mind. It is not the truth. Fear often disguises itself as being realistic or playing it safe. It makes you believe that if you step outside your comfort zone, something bad will happen. But how many times has fear stopped you from doing something, only for you to later realize that it was holding you back from something wonderful? The thing about fear is that it doesn't actually protect you. It only limits you. It keeps you from taking risks, from following your heart, from pursuing the life you truly desire. It convinces you to settle, to stay in situations that no longer serve you, to avoid change even when change is necessary. But here's the truth. You are stronger than your fear. You are not here to live a small, restricted life. You are here to grow, to expand, to step fully into the person you are meant to be. And to do that, you must stop letting fear control you. One of the most powerful ways to release fear is to face it. Instead of running from it, acknowledge it. Look at the fear and ask yourself, is this true? Or is this just a story I have been telling myself? Most of the time, fear is not based on reality. It is based on past experiences, old beliefs, and imagined worst-case scenarios. But none of these things define you. When you stop letting fear dictate your choices, everything changes. You begin to live with more freedom, more confidence, more trust. You realize that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. And the more you act in spite of fear, the weaker it becomes. Remember, your soul will never guide you into something that is not meant for you. If you feel called to something, whether it's a new opportunity, a bold decision, or a path that excites you, trust it. Fear may still be there, whispering doubts in your ear, but it does not have to control you. Every time you choose trust over fear, you step closer to the life you are meant to live. You open yourself to new possibilities, new experiences, new levels of joy and fulfillment. I release all fear. I am safe to follow my soul's wisdom. The voice of your soul is not loud. It does not shout, demand, or compete for your attention. It speaks softly, in stillness, in quiet moments when your mind is at ease. But in a world filled with noise, it is easy to miss this gentle guidance. Many people expect their soul to speak in grand, dramatic ways. They wait for a sudden revelation, a loud sign, or an unmistakable moment of clarity. But your soul does not need to be loud. It is always speaking, always guiding. The challenge is not in finding your soul's voice, but in learning how to listen. Have you ever noticed how the best ideas come to you when you are relaxed? Maybe while taking a walk, in the shower, or just before falling asleep. This is because your mind is quiet, allowing your soul's wisdom to come through. But when your mind is cluttered with overthinking, stress, and distractions, it is hard to hear the truth that is already within you. Creating space for silence is one of the most powerful ways to reconnect with your soul. You do not need to meditate for hours or sit in complete isolation. Just take a few moments each day to be still, to breathe, to simply exist without trying to figure everything out. In this space, answers come naturally. Clarity rises from within. Sometimes your soul speaks through feelings rather than words. A sense of peace when something is right, a feeling of unease when something is wrong, an inner knowing that cannot be explained. These are all messages from your soul. The more you pay attention, the clearer these messages become. Trust that you do not need to force answers or chase after guidance. Everything you need to know will come to you at the right time. Your soul is always speaking, and when you slow down and listen, you will hear it. I create space to hear my soul's voice. I am open to its wisdom. Holding on to the past is like carrying a heavy weight that slows you down. It keeps you stuck in old emotions, repeating the same patterns, unable to move forward into the life you truly want. Your soul is always ready to guide you toward something better, but first, you must release what no longer serves you. Many people struggle with letting go because they believe it means excusing the past. But letting go is not about pretending something didn't happen. It is about choosing to no longer let it control you. Think about how much energy it takes to hold on to past pain. The memories, the regrets, the disappointments. They keep replaying in your mind, keeping you emotionally tied to something that no longer exists. But the moment you decide to release it, you free yourself. You make space for something new, something lighter, something that aligns with the life you truly want. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful ways to let go. Forgiveness is not about saying that what happened was okay. It is about freeing yourself from the burden of carrying it. It is about deciding that your peace matters more than holding on to resentment. And do not forget to forgive yourself. So many people hold on to guilt, blaming themselves for things they cannot change. But your soul does not want you to live in shame. It wants you to learn, to grow, and to move forward with love and understanding. Letting go does not happen all at once. It is a practice, a daily choice to release what no longer serves you. But each time you choose peace over pain, you step closer to the life you were meant to live. I release the past with love. I am free to create my best life. Your soul is always guiding you toward the best possible path for your life. But many people struggle to follow this guidance because doubt gets in the way. They question whether they are making the right choices. They look for confirmation from others. They hesitate, waiting for absolute certainty before taking action. But here's the truth. Certainty comes from action, not from overthinking. The more you follow your soul's wisdom, the clearer it becomes. When you act on what feels right, even if it is a small step, you build trust in yourself. And with trust comes confidence. Have you ever had a deep feeling about something but ignored it? Maybe you felt drawn to a new opportunity but talked yourself out of it. Maybe you sensed that a situation was not right for you but stayed anyway. Doubt keeps you stuck in these moments, preventing you from moving forward. The key to following your soul's guidance is to stop waiting for permission. Stop looking for proof that everything will work out before you begin. Life does not come with guarantees, but your soul will never lead you in the wrong direction. Sometimes, following your soul means stepping into the unknown. It means leaving behind what feels comfortable and taking a leap of faith. But when you do, you will find that you are always supported. The right people, opportunities, and experiences will show up at the perfect time. If you struggle with doubt, start small. Listen to your intuition in everyday decisions. Notice how your body feels when you are making a choice. Does it feel light and expansive, or heavy and restricted? Your soul speaks through feelings, and the more you trust them, the stronger your connection becomes. You are capable of making the right choices for your life. You do not need outside validation. You do not need absolute certainty before you move forward. All you need is trust, the trust that your soul knows the way. I trust my soul's guidance. It always leads me to good things. Loving yourself is the foundation of everything. It is the key to happiness, to confidence, to living a life that feels true to you. When you love yourself, you trust yourself. You honor your needs. You make decisions that align with your heart, not just with what others expect of you. But for many people, self-love does not come easily. They have spent years criticizing themselves, focusing on their flaws, and believing that they are not enough. They think they must achieve something, change something, or prove something before they can truly love themselves. But self-love is not something you earn. It is something you decide to give to yourself, right now, exactly as you are. Imagine speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend. You would offer kindness, encouragement, and understanding. You would celebrate their strengths instead of focusing on their weaknesses. Yet so often, people do not offer this same love to themselves. They are hard on themselves, expecting perfection, feeling unworthy of love and care. But you are worthy. You are enough. You do not need to be perfect to deserve love. Your soul sees your beauty, your light, your value. And the more you align with this truth, the more joyful and fulfilling your life becomes. Start by changing the way you speak to yourself. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. When you make a mistake, instead of saying, "I always mess things up," say, "I am learning and growing, and I am proud of myself." When you look in the mirror, instead of focusing on what you don't like, affirm, "I love and accept myself completely." The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. When you love yourself, you naturally attract healthier relationships, better opportunities, and more peace. Self-love is not selfish, it is necessary. Because when you fill yourself with love, you have even more love to give to the world. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Many people go through life following a path that was chosen for them. They take jobs, relationships, and routines that feel safe or acceptable to others but do not truly fulfill them. But your soul did not come here to live someone else's life. It came to express its unique purpose, to experience joy, to create a life that feels right for you. You do not need permission to follow your heart. You do not need approval from anyone to live in a way that brings you happiness. The only thing you need is the courage to listen to what your soul already knows. Think about what truly brings you joy, not what you think should bring you joy, but what actually makes you feel alive. What are the things that excite you? What dreams have you put aside because they seem too unrealistic? What parts of yourself have you hidden because you were afraid they wouldn't be accepted? Your soul is calling you toward a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with who you truly are. It does not matter if your path looks different from others. It does not matter if people do not understand your choices. What matters is that you are honest with yourself. When you start making choices that align with your heart, life becomes easier. You stop forcing things that do not fit. You stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop feeling like you are living someone else's life. Instead, you begin to experience a deep sense of peace and purpose. You are allowed to change direction. You are allowed to say no to things that drain you and yes to things that excite you. You are allowed to create a life that reflects you. I create a life that is true to me. I follow my own path with confidence. You are never alone, even in the moments when life feels uncertain. Even when things do not go as planned, you are being guided. The universe is always working in your favor, aligning circumstances, opportunities, and lessons that will lead you exactly where you need to be. But to experience this, you must trust. Trust that you are supported, even when you do not see the full picture. Trust that every challenge carries a hidden gift. Trust that the delays, the setbacks, the unexpected changes are not blocking you. They are redirecting you towards something even better. Many people live in fear, constantly worrying about what will happen next. They try to control every outcome, afraid to let go. But control does not create peace, it creates stress. True peace comes from knowing that you are held by something greater than yourself. The more you trust, the more life flows. The more you surrender, the more doors open. The more you believe in the goodness of the universe, the more goodness appears in your life. You are not here to struggle. You are not here to live in fear. You are here to experience love, joy, and purpose. And when you trust in the support of the universe, life begins to feel easier. The right people show up. The right opportunities appear. The right answers come to you effortlessly. Even when things do not go as planned, remind yourself, something better is on its way. Nothing is ever truly lost. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. I trust that the universe always supports me. Everything is working out for my highest good. No matter where you are in life, no matter what challenges you face, remember this: you are always guided. Your soul has never left you. It has always been speaking to you, whispering wisdom, showing you the way. You do not have to have all the answers right now. You do not have to figure out your entire path in one moment. All you need to do is listen to your intuition, to your feelings, to the quiet voice inside that already knows the truth. When you trust yourself, when you release fear, when you create space for stillness, you will begin to hear your soul more clearly. And when you follow its guidance, life begins to flow in a way that feels natural, joyful, and fulfilling. You are not alone on this journey. The universe is supporting you, guiding you and loving you every step of the way. I am open and receptive to my soul's wisdom. My path is unfolding beautifully.